I say good morning?
Good morning.
I have to wake myself up. Honored dignitaries, you about to get excited. So my name is Jamie Green. I am actually a hydroponic farmer. I'm also a 20th generation Black farmer in the United States. You heard me say 20 generations. My people flow from the Mende out of Sierra Leone and out of the Black Seminoles in Florida. So we've been farming a long time. We own 2 hydroponic farms, 2 shipping container farms, and by training, I'm a cognitive psychologist who teaches Black children how to grow food, produce energy, and clean water. I am proud. I give you those bona fides so that you understand why I'm coming in from a variety of perspectives, but I stand here in tribute to the work of Stanley Straward, who is a force of nature, but also in tribute to Lois Fernandez, who founded Lulunde. The Reverend Dr. Leon Sullivan, who is probably one of our greatest Pan-Africanists. I also, it would be remiss of me to not acknowledge one of the greatest agricultural scientists of the 20th century, Dr. George Washington Carver, on whom most of us build our base. And if you don't know him, we were talking about his research on Wednesday at the University of Pennsylvania in terms of new technologies for seed production for groundnuts. His work is still standing tall in the 21st century. And then the fourth person I want to acknowledge is Fannie Lou Hamer. No Fannie Lou Hamer in the United States, no real farm cooperatives. All right, so I wanted to share those, the context of my quick remarks here because I serve on the Secretary's team. I am the ambassador. He has 3 of us who are responsible for identifying opportunities for economic development, technology transfer, education training, and food access. I want to certainly acknowledge Dr. Scott Shealy, who was on that team before and set the stage for me to be here. But I also want to share with you that we are in some interesting times. United States agriculture is going through some very interesting times, and so I want to interject a level of urgency into this discussion because, quite frankly, the United States has 40% of the market share currently of exports to the Caribbean basin. We are responsible for nearly 50% of consumer purchases of food in the Caribbean basin. Our top trading partner is through Jamaica, and on the African continent, it is through South Africa. So when you understand, we send our traded goods into Jamaica first for dispersion through the Caribbean basin, both through CARICOM, and I'm also learning much more about OESC. That's it? OECS? I was trying to remember, get caught up. However, in this time and space right now, we are looking at 2.4 million people according to the United States Farm Bureau. We are short 2.4 million workers in our farms. So if we don't produce enough food, the food that we produce stays inside the United States. That means we don't have food to send out to nations right now. And CARICOM is a net import of 80% of its food. So if we send in up to 50%, other countries are sending in 30%. If we decline in 50%, there needs to be a discussion around the urgency of access to food, new markets, new ways to grow food faster, reduce the food waste. You guys with me? We're looking at that here in Pennsylvania. So what's so exciting about Pennsylvania? We're one of the baddest states for agriculture in the United States. We're a top tier producer in the United States. And the reason I knew that is because I went down, I knew that before I joined the Secretary's team. But I went down to a meeting in DC 2 months ago. There was an introduction of the new USDA Secretary. These are some interesting times. 2 key points and trends I want you to be aware of. One is that Pennsylvania advanced 8 of the 10 policies that were accepted at the national level across all secretaries of agriculture. Pennsylvania put in 8 of the 10 that were accepted. That's how awesome we are in terms of discussing agriculture and agriculture policy and development. On the issue of trade, again, what came out of those meetings from a policy standpoint was that this new dynamic is decentralization of the federal government, which means the states are going to take a much stronger role in negotiating direct trade of subnational agreements. So the timing is perfect for this type of discussion to move beyond, someone said, was it Brother Bailey? Beyond the platitudes and into some hard work. I'm going to share with you just again very quickly, these are the top priorities. So I want you all to get used to the extent you want to, ChatGPT is your friend for research. Just preliminary research. So I just did a quick scan and said, ChatGPT, if we wanted to talk about trade opportunities with CARICOM and OECS, what would we do? So ChatGPT told me, and always double check your data, because you know that whoever coded that stuff wasn't always thinking about all of us, okay? So I would say that there are products from Pennsylvania that are ideal. Our dairy products that are modified for lactose tolerance is a huge market. Grains and animal feed. We send out a lot of grains for chicken, a lot of grains for cattle. So understand that's another huge competitive advantage we have. Agro-processing equipment. We're seeing this in Pennsylvania. The farmers that I work with across the Commonwealth are all looking for infrastructure to dry food, dehydrate food, add value to food. This is a global issue. So again, on Wednesday, I met with some of the top engineering schools. I'm sharing this with all of you. Where you have technology schools, engineering schools, get some equipment from China and have your students reverse engineer it. You understand what I said? Go get the equipment and have your engineering students reverse engineer it. I've been all over the continent. My father's from Kingston. I want you to understand, I know who and what we are, but I also understand where we're short. And where we're falling short is understanding how to produce our own equipment using some of the materials that we have. We have relationships all over the world that are open to shipping in agricultural equipment. So those are some of the things we're looking for. Organic soil, this is my world, greenhouse, climate resilient farming. All right, so the Netherlands, the Dutch are very, very good at greenhouses. We're very, very good at indoor farming. Because in some places, if the climate disrupts, what are we going to do to extend, either save more food or extend our growing seasons? Something to think about in terms of exports. What we're looking for in terms of best CARICOM countries for Pennsylvania, according to ChatGPT. Again, I have to double check all of this. But it does say that Jamaica is still our top trading partner strategically. The top products we have identified. Then from Jamaica it goes to Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, and then OECS are the regions. So as we're looking at developing regional hubs specifically from our state to other nations, do know that we'll speak a little bit more. Deputy Secretary Secord will talk about our African connections and our opportunities and how much we actually export in terms of numbers. We are thinking of right now, how would you do business with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania? It's going to be the traditional MOU, right? Establishing 4 areas: tech transfer, co-investment. I like the land bank initiative. We're doing the same land bank initiative across Pennsylvania to get access to land for more people to grow. Facilitation training, education. People tend to forget that our children want to learn how to use technologies inside of agriculture. Agriculture is probably one of the most high-tech industries in the world right now because so many people need to eat. So sensor arrays, microgrids, biodigesters, geothermal, all of these food processing equipment that we can talk about, all of this requires education and knowledge. Soil regeneration, regenerative farming, how far do you want me to go? These are all of the ways that we're looking at engaging young people, and particularly women on the continent, who are the primary agri-farmers around the world. So we want to upgrade their skills, bring that spirit of Fannie Lou Hamer. Remember I said that name. And we look forward to hosting you in continued dialogue from today moving forward. So I'll land my plane there since you're listening.
Please give Dr. Green a big hand.